stick around. You're going to want to watch this. I made the dumbest, simplest mistake somebody can make. Welcome freaking back. Happy New Year. This is Bump Mike's Way, and I'm Mike. This behind me is our all-wheel drive turbo truck. We are getting really close to getting this thing to go to the tuner. But you know me, I had to go through the struggle bus to get us there first. It's been one thing after another, but the truck is now running on a Holly. It's got ARP studs. Everything is really getting close to hooked up. We're on a 5-bar map. We switched over to cable throttle body, so no more fly-by-wire. We got a couple other things to do, but this thing is getting really close. But you know me, I had to go backwards before I could go forwards. And we still got to do a little bit of that before the string heads to the tuner. But let's get to it today. It's getting closer than it's ever been. Kinda. Let's go. One of my first struggles was the ARP studs. I ordered them months ahead of time. I thought I got the right ones. I looked at the block, did all the shit everybody says online. I ordered LS1 head studs. Weren't the right ones. Right after I pulled the heads off, or one head off, discovered I had the wrong stuff. So I said, screw it. I'll wait until they get here. They actually took a couple of weeks. Not a lot of people had them in stock for some reason. I got those. I switched one over one weekend. My back was kind of screwed up, so I couldn't do the other one. I did the other side. Something happened. We got busy at work and like just forgot about it. Well, a couple weeks go by and I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to change the oil. It still had the like pretty much break-in oil and stuff with it. And I go to unscrew it and it's just milk slosh. And I am devastated beyond belief. So I go into panic mode. I'm thinking, what the hell happened? Did I break the block when I put the head studs in? But the truck really never ran. I'm like, how did it get this bad? And what I forgot is when I pulled the heads off, all the coolant went down in the oil galleys and everything. And then I was trying to start it, so then it's all mixing this together. So I had to pull the oil pan off. I took the pickup tube off of the pump, and then I go to put it back in with my small Ugga Dugga, and it strips. I am beyond now. Like, I thought I was doing bad before. Now I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why would I do that? It's a little tiny 6 mil. So what I did is I found another bolt. And what I noticed was that one was kind of worn out. So it might have been over torqued at one time. So I got a longer bolt that had more thread engagement. Stuck it up in there, torqued it down and a little more. Held no problem. That thing's got Loctite on it. It ain't coming out. So, success. I got through this weekend, or that weekend. After that, I start doing all the fire up, and I'm just having terrible, terrible luck. This is, I mean, the truck's flooding. I'm pulling the spark plugs out, and it's like rotating the engine. It's shooting gas out of the cylinders, and this is a hard one for me to admit to. I'll tell you, man. This one really, the simplest things, and that's what the tuner said. He was getting online trying to help me out. He was wiring, doing the whole taking over the computer, trying to figure it out. I thought it was the map sensor had gone bad, so I ordered another one, couple $100. I ordered a Holly one because it's the Holly system. I just wanted this thing to work. And I thought it was my injectors for a minute. And I'm like, these things are brand new. I mean, guys online brag about them. I just couldn't, I could not figure what the heck was going on. He's like, I don't know what else to do. It's got to be something with fuel, because it was flooding so bad. So being the genius I am, I popped the rails off. You know, I'm over here, so I screw the rails off. I pull the injectors out. I'm like, hey, I'll just hit the key real quick, press them up, and see if like any of them has like drip. Well, you know what happened? That injector shot across the room, and thank God it didn't hit anything hard. It had 0 damage. I think it bounced off of like the wood panel or a piece of plastic in here. It didn't have a scratch on it. I don't know how. I mean, it was crazy. It was, and then what you hear right after that is sounds like a garden hose. So then my engine soaked. I shot my expensive injector across the room. I'm just done for the day. I pulled the spark plugs out. I rotated the engine again because that one basically shot right down in the injector hole with no injector in it. So there was a lot of fuel in that hole. So I gave it up for the night. Right first thing in the morning before I get out in the garage. So I was doing something inside, putting in the kitchen light. Ran out for a screwdriver. Get out here, grab a screwdriver, and I'm looking at the injector. And it has a billet cap for a spacer to get it to be the right size for my intake. And the spacer's on top. And what I did is I switched it. I put the freaking injectors upside down. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And that one really, oh, that one hurts my pride a lot. Kenny over at Misfit Injectors, awesome guy. I hope you guys check his stuff out. So I had to hit him up. I asked him. I go, what? How bad do you think I messed up the injectors when I put them in upside down? It's like, hey bud, you're all good. Don't worry about it. I was stunned because I thought he was gonna say send them in to me. We'll see if they're even good anymore. It's like, oh no, you're all fine. Have a good day. I'm like, what? So that was like a $1,200-$1,500 save. So that took a little pressure off, but that was another one of the fumbles, and it's been like that. So we finally got through all that. The truck fires up on the Holly. The truck runs rather nice. It's only been I've only done it a couple of times. I've only ran it a little bit. It's got up to temperature twice. So we're getting somewhere. Computer is learning, and I'm super happy. Now we're gonna deal with the rest of the struggle. This salvage cab, I went to try to register it. Salvage junk. I gotta recab this thing again. So I'm on the hunt for a single cab, long bed, short bed, something nice, something not nice. Looking for a good deal. We'll figure that out later, but the truck runs nicely. I want to show you a couple of the upgrades. As you can see, that is our Holley Terminator X, and we have all of our pad. I do have the computer I bring in back and forth, so it is looking wonderful. Now that I got the head gasket facing the right way. It's always good to have this on stock. I like the big container. I hate the little tubes because you're trying to brush it on with the tube. I like the brush. I like having extra. I suggest getting one of these if you do some builds. So they're not that expensive. Let's get to it. Yeah, we're moving along. We got a few more things to do. We got to get a vacuum block up on the firewall here so I can get vacuum from the fuel pressure regulator. And also I'm going to put my boost gauge pickup right there, and that's also where the 5-bar is going to be. So that's what we got going on. Ain't nothing to it but to get to it. All right, we're going to be installing my vacuum block that I made at work. Basically, that's pretty much what it is. Okay, we also didn't need to do our spark plug wires, so we'll do those while we're here. We are going to clean up this wiring later when we do all of our I/O connections. These are just some old plug wires. I just don't trust them that much, so we're going to get rid of them. We'll throw them back in stock. All right. Yeah, boy, we got 4 more of these guys to put on. This is the less convenient side. These take a little bit to get them on there, but they are secure when they are on there. All right, we're freaking cruising right along. We do got the block mounted. I got the new Michigan Motorsports wires all put on, so that's looking good. All right, one of those couple of cool other things I did. I didn't really record. I was just trying to get through some stuff. We have a nice new 2-inch drive shaft. I resealed the transmission pan and double checked the oil dipstick. It was actually wrong. It needed to be about a quart more in it, so I'm glad I checked that. But as you can see, nice and new. And then one of the other things I did, we got our Vi-Air onboard air to control our MAC valves for our boost. So that's a really big important one. So those are two things we really needed, was a drive shaft and onboard air. So those are checked off the list. Let's keep going. We're working on the trans brake today. I have a relay set up all right here, and basically what I'm doing here is this is my button. I don't know if you can hear it. That is basically going to tell my trans brake to say hold. And if you look at this light, when I come up to the front line, I want to hold the trans brake. Oh. Boom. Boom. Do I need to two-step in a little bit? So that's really important that you're not putting all that power to your switch. So that's why I did it like that. This is just a little pre-wired. Now I can put it into the truck, hook a power and the ground to it. It's good to go. Let's keep going. I'm gonna throw this in the truck, get the switch in there, go from there. All right, I'm gonna fire the truck up so you guys can hear it, and then I'm also gonna test the trans brake because when you go into reverse, you don't have reverse unless you hit your trans brake to activate reverse. So test that out. Let's see if we can get her warmed up a little bit. Call that a success. Trans brake works, reverse works, so let's keep going. I forgot to hit record when I run around the block, but it's running better than ever. I'm gonna call that a success. This has been a rough one. I made my own mistakes, so it made it harder on myself. Basically put me about 2 to 3 weeks behind, but we're gonna get through it. The truck's running great, so let's freaking go, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for sticking around.